we okay?
Hello, hello.
Can we hear me? Can we hear me?
Oh, look at her smile.
We having small technical difficulties. A little reason. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your cameras, do not adjust your microphones, do not adjust your TV sets, your phones, however you're watching. Yes, you are looking at Maurice Prophet live on Sippin N Trippin. I know it's crazy, right? We're already living in the crazy world. We're already living in crazy times. And how are we going to do this? We're just going to elevate the bar of craziness and bring on Maurice Prophet. I know you were looking to look at the faces of Jessica and Stephanie, but and I know you're like, who's this guy? Why are we looking at his face? You know, we were looking at this, we wanted to see Jessica and Steph, but we're dealing with some technical issues right now that's going on over at Jessica's studio. They're figuring things out. So we want to make sure that we're able to deliver you guys a show of some sort while we're getting things together, while we're getting things rocking and everything. So do not tune out, do not go away. They are going to be on very soon. So let me go ahead and just welcome everyone to an all new episode of Sippin N Trippin. I know you have seen the new intro as well too. I know y'all loving it. I know y'all seeing it and everything. Y'all saw it twice if you've been hanging with us since the top of the hour. In addition to that, if you look above, you see that we have a whole new logo as well too. How cool is that, right? This lets you know that it's a whole new day. This is a whole new day, a whole new era of the Sippin N Trippin brand, and we are really excited because Stephanie is on. It's a whole new flavor, it's a whole new vibe, a whole new energy and everything, and we're super excited to be able to share this with you all and be able to get things going in this capacity. As I know, I'm not looking at you directly in the eye because I'm doing like I'm I'm hosting, I'm doing tech stuff as well too at the same time. So bear with me, but we're good. But we still have a really great show for you all today. It's gonna be very entertaining. It's gonna be very informative. It's gonna be very insightful and everything like that. And while Jessica and Stephanie are working on the things that are going on over at the studio in Elk Grove, I have the esteemed pleasure of being able to bring in a very special guest that we're going to be talking to today about their charitable organization. Now, that's the thing, is that we live in a time right now where, you know, like I said earlier, everything is so uncertain. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Hell, we don't even know what the next 5 minutes is going to bring to us. Since the start of 2025, everything has been very unpredictable, and that's just the times that we're living in right now. So we really are living day to day. And what I've noticed as what's really has been the bottom line when it comes to just like how things are going about. The one thing that I see, the common denominator that I'm looking at, that I'm constantly seeing, is that people are still willing to help one another. Even though that there has been an unfortunate divide that's happening within this country, within this life, we're still seeing people who are doing things that say, okay, you know what? Things may not be where we want them to be in terms of values, in terms of just like, you know, respectability factors and all. However, I can be the person that creates the change that I want to see. I can be the person that can implement some type of positivity and what I want to see right now within this life. And this individual who I'm about to bring onto the show in a second is the personification of that right there, of that right there. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on a very special guest, to the studio, who's going to be able to speak to us about their initiative that they have going on, their charitable initiative that they have going on, that really is going to send shockwaves, around the land when it comes to just what's being done and how to be able to become the source of the solution. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on to you the founder of Packs and Snacks, Mr. Abi Tiwari. Mr. Abi Tiwari.
How we doing,
Abi, you there?
Maurice? Yeah. How are we? Happy Saturday.
Abi, you might be on mute because I can't hear you, brother.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on. I think it's me. Hold on a second. I think it might be me. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm dealing with a whole lot of tech right now at the same time. All right, Avi, can I say something?
Hey, how we doing, guys?
My man, there you are right there.
Let's go.
All right, we are live. We are good to go. Avi can hear me. I can hear Avi. I can see that man. He can see me. Y'all can hear us. You can see us. We are good to go and everything. Avi, first and foremost, man, thank you so much for joining us on Sippin N Trippin today. It really is an honor having you on. We are really excited to be able to not only meet you, but to hear about your initiative as well, too, and all. But yeah, man, we've been plugging you guys. We've been plugging you and your brand, for the greater part of this week. Wanting to get the word out, having people understand, what you guys are all about and everything. We kind of gave them like a little taste of what you all are all about, though. But I wanted to give them a taste of this way, y'all. You can give oh my goodness, why is that there? I tell you, man, today is one of those days, man. Just bear with me for a second. But I wanted to give them a little taste of what you all are about. It's this way you can give the main serving of what it is that you're all about. So, man, tell the good people who are watching right now, who are you? What do you have going on? What is Packs and Snacks, and why this needs to be on everyone's radar? Because when you told me about it, I couldn't wait to be able to dig deep about and see what it was all about. So go ahead, man. The floor is all yours, brother.
All right, no. Hey, first, I just want to say thank you for having me on the show, Maurice. But I am the founder of Packs and Snacks. We are a nonprofit 501c3, and this year we're celebrating our 5-year anniversary. Quick blurb about Packs and Snacks is we started 5 years ago, 2020, during the pandemic. I'm sure everyone knows the trading card boom was happening. Everyone's getting back into Pokemon cards, basketball cards, baseball, football, all that good stuff. And, it was obviously COVID during that time. So, toilet paper is flying off the shelves, but so are trading cards. And, everyone's going crazy over them. And we're seeing prices skyrocket. And everyone's kind of having that opportunity to experience nostalgia again and get back into the hobby. And then, of course, make a profit off of it. Everyone's always like, how can I make more money? How can I make more money? And what was really unique to me was, on one end of the spectrum, you had things like a rare Charizard card going for millions. You had LeBron James rookie cards going for a couple 100,000. And then you look to your left, you got a family of 5 standing on the corner, begging for food because they don't even have enough money to grab a meal for their family. And, I had a giant influx of cards. I've been a collector since I was 7. And I just thought, how can I, take these profits and go do some good? So what I did was I created my own packs that I would repack with, rare cards, rookie cards, Pokemon cards, holos, non-holos. And what I did was I resold them. But what I did differently than most people, instead of me just keeping the entire profit, I said, hey, every pack I sell, I'm going to donate 20 meals to Feeding America. And at the time, I was getting my MBA, and it was the first time I'd really studied social entrepreneurship. So I thought, hey, why not give this a chance? Let me build some of my own packs and see if they're going to sell even, see if people want to buy any. So I made 25 packs to start. And every set I would make would have a chase card, like a card you were trying to pull. So first set was, you could pull a rookie Jason Tatum card. And I'm like, all right, let me make these 25 packs. Let me post on like Reddit. Let me post, on Facebook and see if anyone's even interested in them. And within 24 hours, sold all 25 packs. So I'm like, all right, maybe we're on to something. Got rid of those 25 packs. We're able to donate 500 meals to Feeding America. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, let's do it again. So made another 25 packs and sold out again in another 24 hours. So I'm like, this is great. Now we've helped donate 1,000 meals to Feeding America, and I got to enjoy the hobby, but most importantly, I got to give back to people that need it the most. And every collector in the hobby got to feel good about ripping packs that are doing some good for other people. And then kind of at that point, I talked to another founder or two that I had met, and they're like, Abi, how do you do this on a large scale? Like, how do you really make an even bigger impact? Like, 1,000 meals is great, but 2.6 million people go to bed hungry every day in the entire world. So, they kind of challenged me, and I met some other fellow card shop owners, and we thought, why don't we band together? Why don't we do like one big day of giving and see if we can really elevate the hobby while elevating those that need to be elevated the most. I feel like everyone always deserves at least the comfort of having, a bed to sleep on and, a hot meal that's going to give them some nourishment and make them feel like they have a fighting chance in this world. So, in 2020, me and my friend Charles Capp, the owner of Wheelhouse Cards out in the Philadelphia area, we banded together and we decided we were going to host a virtual event during COVID just because, there was all those restrictions. We couldn't meet, stay 6 feet away from me. Here's some hand sanitizer. I think, we all developed some good clean habits during that time. We were, people were like, well, what were you doing during the pandemic? I was like, I was washing my hands every 5 minutes like they told us to. And so at that point, me and Charles teamed up together and we're like, why don't we host a virtual card show? And we got together and we recruited, I think, over 10 plus influencers that were in the card scene. We had a former UFC fighter come on. He was ripping some UFC packs with us. And what was really cool was we all pledged, from all the packs we ripped, all the money we raised, we were going to donate that back to Feeding America. And what we did was we called the event March Meal Madness. So it was during March, called it March Meal Madness. And, we ended up being able to donate 10,000 meals to Feeding America in one day. And it was awe-inspiring event. We did it on March 6th in honor of my grandmother that had passed away during COVID. That was kind of the whole reason I started Packs and Snacks was, I wanted to kind of symbolize what she taught me and keep her legacy alive. And, so that was the first event, kicked off, did great. And obviously, during the first couple years, the hobby returned. There was like this huge, market for cards, and the supply was less than the demand. So you could go buy like a $50 box of Pokemon cards, and you could turn around and sell it for like $350. Or you could go buy a box of football cards, same thing. Basketball, even bigger. So what I would do was, instead of me, just reselling that box, what's really common in the hobby, it's called being a breaker. So you would break the box and you'd go recruit, 10 other guys that were collectors that they couldn't afford the box outright. But, everyone would get like a spot in the break. So, let's say, it was baseball cards. Me and Maurice met at a White Sox game. Maurice might be like, well, hey, I want to buy the White Sox spot. And I'd be like, great, excuse me, go ahead and grab that White Sox box, that spot, if you will. And, we would sell like 10 spots. And now we got, $300 in the bucket. And instead of me keeping the profit out of that box, what I would do is, I'd obviously take that small residual amount back, pay for the box that might have been 50, 60 bucks. And then the other $240 or so, we would donate that right back to Feeding America. And that was just a lot of fun. It was a great way to enjoy the hobby, give back, keep helping people. And then once restrictions kind of lifted, we started doing in-person events, and that was where during that time I met my buddy Mark Gronick of Mark's Card Shop out of Downers Grove, Illinois. Great guy, stand-up guy. If you guys are ever in the Downers Grove area, check out his shop. But at that point we started doing in-person events in the shop. We're getting kids involved, we're getting adults involved. They're like, what you're doing is great. And what was kind of unique about my packs was not only were we donating a certain amount to Feeding America, but back in the day when you would buy packs of cards, you would get a stick of gum in the pack. And I'm like, man, I really hate the gum. I'm like, why don't we change the narrative? So
that was broken in half too.
Right? Yeah, always broke in half, tasted horrible. So I'm like, why don't we throw a little fun-sized Kit Kat in my packs or my boxes? Because everyone called it, breaking. So I was like, well, now you get to eat the break. Give me a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Let me break you off a piece.
Give me a break.
So, we're having fun with that. And then I kind of noticed we had to shift the model because at that point the margins on the boxes were reducing, but everyone was really big on trading. Everyone loved a good trade day or a trade night because you could swap out cards, get new cards, and it wasn't as expensive as buying these boxes or packs. Because sometimes those pull rates to chase some of those rare cards, you were opening like 10, 20 packs, and you were like, man, I just got 20 duds. Like, I feel horrible.
Right.
Yeah. You were like, oh god. Like, oh yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but hopefully he gets good. And then you forget about it, you lose interest. So I was like, let's start doing trade days. And what I thought would be different was, why don't we add a food eating component into it? Because I'm like, everyone loves eating. It brings people together. It creates community. We all have our favorite restaurants and all that. And so in 2023, I was like, why don't we host like a trade day, and we do a food eating contest in it. And what we do is we look for sponsors that want to band with us, and like they want to donate X amount per food item eaten, and then we take the collective pot and we donate that right back to Feeding America. So I'm a huge Oreo connoisseur. You ask me, is there a better cookie than an Oreo? And I'm gonna say no. And if you think it isn't, get out, because Oreos are supreme. So in 2023, we held a Oreo cookie eating contest, and we had some fun with it. We had some custom made Oreos with the Packs and Snacks logo on there and all that good stuff. And we held an Oreo cookie eating contest. We had a kids division. We had an adult division. It was a lot of fun. I think the winner of the adult division, I think he ate like 36 Oreos in 10 minutes. So I was like, that's pretty impressive. I don't even know if I could get up to 36.
For real.
So it was great.
Hey man,
time.
after about 4 or 5, I'm like, I'm throwing the towel with Oreo.
Right?
For real. Like, I love
diabetes
it.
coming
after
on,
about
guys.
that time, it's like, okay, I'm good now.
You got that sugar rush. You're like, all right, I need a couple glasses of milk, and I need to walk away, right?
Yeah. Seriously.
So, we hosted our first Oreo cookie eating contest, and it was a blast. And we were kind of able to get to that next level where, we were able to donate, I think it was around like 20,000 meals to Feeding America in one day. Wow. And we had a huge turnout. Everyone's having a blast. We're all eating Oreos. Yeah. I'm selling boxes of my custom-made Oreos, and we're donating 100% of those proceeds right back to Feeding America. And that event ended, and I was like, I think I'm really onto something here. Now we got, the trading card community that already brings together people, but now we have food bringing people together. And, we're kind of taking the most gluttonous form of eating, a food eating contest, and we're able to channel all that energy back in, to do some good. So I remember, that event ended, and I'm just like, all right, let's go back to the drawing board. I think we're on to something. We're in year 3. I'm sorry, that was year 2, 2022. I'm like, we're on to something. how do we get it to the next level? So,
Yeah.
2023, I started working at another nonprofit called Innovation DuPage, and they're a wonderful nonprofit accelerator and incubator. So they help small businesses and startups scale up to the next level. And I was working there as a project manager, and
Okay.
I asked the vice president of the organization, Joe Cassidy, great board member there as well. I was like, hey, would you mind if I host my next event at Innovation DuPage? He's like, I'm sure. He's like, why not? What are we thinking? And I'm
Right.
like, well, everyone always loves pizza. I haven't met anyone that doesn't enjoy a good slice. So
Damn right.
I'm like, why don't we host a pizza eating contest? So, we partnered with a local pizzeria out in Darien, Illinois, called Padrino's Pizza. Held a pizza eating contest. We had raffle prizes. We had giveaways, all that good stuff. I think the winner, my older brother, I think he ate somewhere between like I want to say 14 slices in 10
Ooh.
minutes, New York style, right? Yeah, I don't.
Ooh.
We argue who can eat more pizza. I'm like, I think you proved your supremacy that day.
Oh,
But
he's in the Nationals with that one.
he might be right,
For real. Talk about New
So
York style too? Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
you up there. You in the
yeah.
conversation.
He just decided to turn into a little Ninja Turtle that day. We joke,
Yeah.
like pizza time,
Call him
right?
Michelangelo. Right, right.
Right? Yeah.
And and
Go ahead.
Avi, and Avi, like I think and that was something that was after you and I met and we had the conversation, you told me about Pax Snacks and what y'all were doing and everything. I walked away from that conversation is really like, wow, that's so impressive. But like what really stood out to me, and you did touch on that, was that here Avi is taking an element in like an international, we say stereotype of the United States when it comes to like, the problem that we have when it comes to gluttonous and indulges, right? But here you are kind of taking that stereotype that the US has kind of fulfilled in a variety of different ways. However, but you are using that as a way to be able to shine a light and be able to assist and aid those who are on the very opposite end of that personality trait that the U.S. has. So you really are turning like what could be what one could consider an ugly into a very beautiful positive. And that right there is like it's what really is outside the box thinking. You're really being able to turn something like that might be kind of like a bad stereotype into something that's very useful and very helpful. And like you said, on average, you're able to feed about 20,000. I mean, just that right there alone really does like let you know like how massively important and also just like how helpful this is, and especially because like when you talk about the timeline that this is all taking place in. And I'm not trying to make this into like a political thing or anything of that nature, but I remember back during that time, during the current the current president's first term of his presidency, that there were some issues when it came to defunding the likes of Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
So that was happening then. And then here you are having this amazing idea, this amazing non-for-profit, these amazing endeavors that are able to say, okay, that's happening, yes. However, this is how we're going to be able to aid into making sure that is not going to that's going to we're going to plug up the hole that's happening there. Now, when that took place, and I don't want to get you in into any issues or anything like that, when it comes to your political proclivities, but when that was taking place, was that kind of like a motivating factor for you as well too when it came to what you were doing with Packs of Snacks?
No, that's a great question. And, to answer that, I don't know if that was really a motivating factor. I think the most motivating factor was just that, it's important for us to give back to others that they can never repay us. And, there's a great John Wooden quote that always says, to have a good day, you should do something for someone that can never repay you back no matter what. And that was kind of
Mm,
always like the guiding light. And you know, there's always going to be some funding that's going to be cut, and it's up to the community and the people to come together that they find equitable solutions that they understand, obviously we're both Benedictine University alumni, and one of
You
the big
baby.
things, yes sir, let's go Eagles. One of the big things they always teach us is, help thy neighbor. And if you can ever help your neighbor, you can help someone in your community. That's always, the number one thing you should do, because you're going to get that positive karma back. But not only that, it's always about shining light under somebody's tree that has no way of getting that light or that positivity when they need it. And every single event we've done is always, to give back. It's never to like make a profit or pocket some money or anything like that. When we did the pizza eating contest, we actually lost a little bit of money, but we were able to donate 7,000 meals that day.
Mm,
And then,
man.
it was like after that event in 2023, we went into 2024 and we were like, I think we're really on to a great social enterprise model where we can combine and have fun as a hobby, but also as an opportunity and a vehicle to give back to others. So that was when we went into 2024, and we were like, why don't we, formalize this even more? We had the Instagram page, we started making decent impact. We had donated over 50,000 meals to Feeding America at that point. So we were like, all right, how do we formalize this? So that was when I created the 501c3 designation. I built out a board of directors. Everyone has a talent that, they can offer and help us build and grow. And, kind of formalized it in 2024. We didn't hold any events just because that took such a amount of energy and time out of us.
Man.
And then, here we
You're
are
right.
in 2025, and we're getting ready to kind of come back, and we're holding a hot dog eating contest. Because what does everyone think about when they think about a
Yes.
food eating contest? They think about Joey Chestnut, they think about Kobayashi, they think about somebody eating like 80 glizzies in 10 minutes. I don't know I think it was 70 that Joey Chestnut was able to eat this year.
Well, about that.
And we were like, let's do a hot dog eating contest. But not only that, let's elevate ourselves to the next level. So we partnered with a minor league baseball team called the Rockford Rivets. We're gonna have a hot dog eating contest inside the Rivet Stadium. We were
Yeah.
like, let's not use Nathan's hot dogs. Let's use Ballpark Franks because we're at a ballpark. Let's make the prizes ballpark themed. Let's have some fun with it. And this time, let's try and beat any other number we've been able to donate. Let's see if we can donate 50,000 meals in one day this time. And we're going to be doing a hot dog eating contest next
And that's
Saturday.
next week, right? Next Saturday?
Next Saturday at the Rockford Rivet Stadium. Hot dog eating contest starts at 3:30. Whoever can eat the most dogs in 10 minutes, they're gonna win a Michael Jordan ballpark Frank cutout, which is
Ooh.
life size of MJ, and we're giving away a $250 gift card to Mark's Card Shop. So not only do
Oh,
you get
hell
the
yeah.
chance to eat and break Joey Chestnut's record, but you got a chance to win some cool prizes, all while giving back to the community. Your gluttony is charitable that day. So if
Yeah.
anyone thinks that they can eat a lot of hot dogs in 10 minutes, show up, come have a good time. Admission is free. We're going to be running a card show from 10 to 2 p.m. So we're going to have over 50 different vendors there. So whether you like Pokemon, whether you like basketball, whether you like football, baseball, any trading card that might be out there, show up because we're probably going to have some offerings of that. And then right after after the card show ends, from 2 to 4:30 p.m., we're having a trade day, if you will. So if you're looking to get the new rookies, if you're trying to chase Cooper Flag, maybe you want to get some Jalen Hurts or some Caleb Williams rookie cards, show up and trade what you can. But not only that, we're gonna have that hot dog eating contest at 3:30. We're gonna have raffle prizes the whole day. 100% of the proceeds from the raffles that goes right back into the bucket for Feeding America. We got things like rare watches made by Far and Swit, a local watch company. We're gonna have Southwest gift cards we're giving away. If you want to jump into that raffle, if you want to get away, If you're trying to, plan your next trip, you have the chance to win a raffle that's going to cost you pennies on the dollars, and you're going to pocket a couple $100 in Southwest gift cards and be able to go on that trip guilt free, knowing that you helped, feed someone for a couple weeks, couple days, maybe even a couple months. Even right now, we're continuing to see, budget cuts going to our food pantries. So if you're looking for a way to give back while having fun, please come out to the Packs and Snacks event next Saturday at the Rockford Rivet Stadium, July 26th. 10 until 6 p.m. pretty much. We're gonna have a suite for the Rivets game later. So if you didn't get enough hot dogs during the event, come and eat more with us. And then there's no stipulations if you want to be in the hot dog eating contest. You just got to show up, raise your hand, and say, "I think I can beat Joey Chestnut's record." And
Wow.
we're gonna say, "Hop in." We're looking for 5 good contestants that think they can handle it. We got some hot dog wiener trophies we're gonna be giving away. Maurice so graciously has invited him, and he said he'd love to be a volunteer. And
Yep.
I'm just gonna pause right there because now I feel like I'm blabbering a little bit.
No, you good, man. No, get it out there, man. Seriously, it's a lot of information, a lot of great stuff, and everything that's going on. So people need to really know. And that's the thing too, is that every year, every 4th of July, people are always we're watching the hot dog eating contest that takes place in Coney Island. That's on ESPN, and we're watching Joey Chestnut, we're watching Kobayashi, we're watching the Black Widow, we're watching all of them going up there, and just going crazy. And there's somebody that's out there that's watching that show every year, and they're saying to themselves, "Man, I can take all that. I can eat all those hot dogs. I can beat Joey Chestnut's record." Somebody in Illinois, somebody in the northwest suburbs is saying that, and this is a great opportunity for them to be able to come out and actually prove that to be real, prove that to be right. Come out to the Rockford Rivet Stadium next Saturday. That's going to be all day from 10 to 6. The hot dog eating contest starts at 3:30. Come out there, get your best Katniss on, where you're saying, "I volunteer" as tribute. Jump up there and get your eat on, and it's for a great cause as well too. I think that's just the most important variable. This is such a great cause. It's not for it's not for just clout. It's not for the show off or anything of that nature. It's not to put someone else down. It really is for a really great cause. And also, Avi, I kind of want to go back a little bit to when you were talking about the whole trading and everything like that. That was one thing. When you and I were talking and you were telling me about all this. See, back way when I was a kid, when I was a little kid, collecting basketball cards was my thing.
I think it was something for everyone.
Avid basketball card collector. My very first pack I bought, I will never forget this. My very first pack that I bought. See, my friends, they were already into it, but I wasn't really into it, but they kind of convinced me. So I went to the comic book shop. I bought me a pack. It was probably like $1.50 back then. And I bought me a pack of basketball cards, my very first pack. And yeah, there was some scrubs in there, but then there was a Chris Webber rookie card that had it had the little gold limited edition little seal on it as well too. It was in my first pack. My friends went crazy. They were like,
"Let's go,
dude, I will trade you this." I'm like, yo, whoa. And my thing, I'm new to this joint, so I'm like, wait, maybe I kind of want to hold on to this bad boy and let it marinate a little bit in my collection. You know what I'm saying? So let me see if I can get a little more of this. But man, but that is so addictive. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to being able to be in that environment once again, seeing all the collectors, seeing who all the vendors are going to be out there, seeing the trade show as well too. That just really takes me back. And I think, like you said a minute ago, this was something that was very big to us when we were all kids. And so now when we're all grown, we're able to really relive those those childhood moments of being able to collect and be able to trade and be able to bask in that glory and everything. So this really is an event for everybody across the scale and everything. So we're really excited about this. Avi, I know you gotta get going and everything like that, but before we get you out of here, can you give everyone what socials should they have for you to be able to have packs and snacks on their radar, So they're following Packs and Snacks. They see what you guys are doing, so they can even be involved as well too. They want to be like, how can people follow you?
No, 100%. So what's really cool is we're on Instagram right now. We're at Pax underscore and underscore snacks. And what's really cool is if you guys can't make it to the event next Saturday, you can donate directly on the Instagram. We're going to have it in our story. We're going to have it on a post as well. And when you donate on Instagram, 100% of the proceeds right away go back to Feeding America. And what's even cooler is if you're like, hey, I want to have some fun with my donation and I want a chance to win, all our raffle prizes, you don't have to be present to win. So if you DM me and you're like, hey, Abi, I want to buy like 40 raffle tickets. I really want to win the Southwest gift cards. I'm going to be like, great. Just send me your name, your address, your phone number so we can throw them on the raffle tickets and we'll throw them in the bucket. And if you get picked, I'm going to DM you back and you're going to win. And not only that, obviously year 5, it's a 5-year anniversary for Packs and Snacks. So we're really trying to have some fun and celebrate. We're launching a website called packsandsnacks.org. We were hoping to have it, finished today, but unfortunately my grandfather just passed away this week. So we had to honor him. And, we're going to be holding a moment of silence for him next Saturday before the hot dog eating contest starts. And, his I would say his second favorite food was hot dogs, but his number one was always fried chicken. So I have a feeling we're going to be hosting a little chicken finger eating contest in the future to honor him. And, we're really excited for this event. Year 5, here we are. We went from the basement to a ballpark. So, start from the bottom, now we're here. And I can't wait to see what 2026 holds for us. And I'm even more excited. Typically we only do one event a year, but this year I'm really trying to push myself. I thought it'd be fun if we did a donut eating contest in the fall. That was Mom's request. So, when Mom says something, you gotta honor Mom's word. And she was like, we have some hot chocolate there too, because it's a little cold in the fall. I'm like, sure, Mom, whatever you want, we're gonna go ahead and make it happen. And I look forward to everyone being there. Maurice is gonna be there. Who knows? Maybe Maurice might be the hot dog eating champ. I thought I could be. When we met at that White Sox game, I was only able to eat 6 in 10 minutes. So I kind of let myself down. I was like, man, some research purposes, I guess I'm not good enough to be in this competition.
You never know. You never know. I'll stay on my appetite all week. I'll stay on my calories all week. And I'll be studying some Kobayashi game tape. And you never know what might happen next Saturday, y'all. So, yeah, you may see a new champ right here, baby.
Maurice might turn into a Snorlax that day,
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, Avi, this was great, man. I'm so glad to have you on, man. You guys are doing some brilliant work. Congratulations on the progression. Congratulations on just the success that's seen. Congratulations on really being able to be a vital part of contributing to make what's making everything better around us and everything, man. You're doing wonderful work. Very excited about next Saturday. And please, everyone watching, come out. Hit me up if you want some more information about Hip Avi as well too. If you want more information about it, and just even beyond that as well too, of what Packs and Snacks is doing, man. But I appreciate you so much, man, for being on the show and everything, man. But I'm gonna talk to you soon. All right, brother.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on Sippin N Trippin Live, and shout out to B-Side Studios for all the production work that they're doing and really working hard to help other people have their voice heard. And we look forward to having B-Side Studios come out to Lewis University in the future and, potentially being a guest speaker.
Yep. No. Exactly. No, I'm excited about that as well, too. I appreciate that. I appreciate those words, brother. All right, then. All right, man. I'm going to talk to you soon, man. You have a great rest of the day, man. And I'll talk to you, all right?
All right. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone.
All right. Take care, Avi. Oh, oops, my bad. I think I did a little too delayed. Let me bring them on. I think the ladies are back. Back in the house. Jess and Steph, the best. What's happening, ladies?
Oh my God.
It's been an afternoon.
One of them
course it's
days.
gonna happen. This is like
One of them days.
Can you hear us?
one of them days. All right, cool. All right,
Can you
I'm
hear
gonna
us?
hand the baton over to y'all. Y'all do your thing, and I'm gonna see you on the other side.
All right.
Not the later. I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those days.
We're back.
Can you hear us? Jesus
Hopefully
Christ.
you can see us and hear us okay. We've been having some difficulties on our end.
Yeah, we done mixed our drink. We already had bottoms up while we were watching that awesome interview that Maurice held.
That was great.
We did Tito's vodka for bottoms up. And we mixed it with, what the fuck was it?
Kool-Aid.
Blue raspberry lemonade Kool-Aid. So we put the whole package in here. I think you can put 2. You might put 2 next
taste
time.
better with 2.
And then we mixed it with some 7-Up.
And voila. Tastes pretty good.
So we've just been drinking, watching Maurice do the interview. Thank you, Maurice, for
holding us down.
Holding it down. Because we just been having an afternoon. I can't get my computer to work. I done had somebody trying to talk to my butt while I was getting stuff out the car. This bitch walked in here with a fucking shirt on backwards.
You know, it's
I can't get my phone together. It's just one of those days that you just
hopefully that's it for today. No more.
I swear to God.
No more difficulties.
Hopefully my kid gets doesn't get lost.
An hour after this, I'm going to Rockford, so hopefully the drive is nice and smooth on the way there.
I got a baby shower to go to right now, and hopefully she don't have a baby yet. She do soon. She right there. She beginning of August. I'm like, girl, don't you have your baby to have your baby shower?
Not today.
But yeah, that was a great cause.
It was very informative.
I don't know if I can eat that many hot dogs.
That's a lot.
And I'm a big girl. I was about to say something so inappropriate, but I was like, my kid watches this show, so but yeah, there is another. What is that? The back to school. We have a back to school event that you guys.
Bring it up. It is tomorrow.
She got to bring it up because apparently we're on my actual phone right now. That's how the kind of day we have.
Back to school jam.
But yeah, there's a back to school jam. That's happening tomorrow from noon to 6 p.m. over at the West Plaza, 1917 South Mannheim.
All ages event.
Right. So, I mean, come in. There's free activities. They're going to have bouncy houses, vendors, face painting, refreshments, food. They're going to be giving away some backpacks.
A bunch of family fun.
A bunch of sponsors here from Shea Poppin' Popcorn, like a gourmet popcorn. B-Side Studios is, a sponsor. You got Cane's, Chick-fil-A, Home Run Inn, Dreamscape Theater, Culver's. I mean, there's just a slew of sponsors. We'll be posting. I don't know if you can see that. We'll be posting the flyer. So it's an event. If you ain't got nothing to do, come on by on the 20th. Tomorrow, I don't even know what day it is right now because I just been all over the freaking place from noon to 6 and come and enjoy the festivities. I mean, anything for the kids, right? Going back to school. I can't wait. I can't wait till I'm ready.
It's been a long summer.
I am ready. Granted that I love the fact that my son is like, Mom, this has been the best summer ever. Oh. Right? So it's pat on the back, right? But motherfucker, you need to go back to school because bitch is tired. I'm tired. This week is one of them weeks that I don't went fishing. I went camping, on the swimming. We had baseball tryouts. I done been at this damn carnival every fucking day since Wednesday.
She has a younger one. Mine's a teenager, so she's more to herself. There's little classes here and there, but she did all the activities this summer.
Did I ever think that I would be breaking up worms with my fingernails? No. Ooh. Did I ever think that I was going to be catching these little spiky fish with my bare hands?
I don't know if I can do that.
And pulling a hook out of its mouth? I've never been fishing before until this past weekend. And the kids are like, ew. I'm like, well, then why'd you bring a fishing pole? What? I told their daddy, I'm like, you owe me some money because I ain't supposed to be doing that shit.
Yeah, I used to be able to hold worms in my hand when I was little, but now I think it's the most disgusting.
Did you know
thing
worms
ever.
bleed? I didn't know worms bleed.
What do you mean? You didn't know what
Well, because I was ripping them. I ripped one worm
and
into
it's splattered
four.
in your face?
And no, I didn't hold that close.
Oh,
But like when you rip them apart, whether it's blood, but it was like some of it, it wasn't red, it was like black. And then they had like pus, which I don't know if that was like poo, like the worm's poo. I don't know what it was, but the next
sounds
day
horrible.
I used a plastic spoon the next day. But that night,
you use a plastic spoon to do what?
I cut the worm.
Oh.
And then we were with these bunch of kids. Then we met like these 3 other kids that I thought they were like around 14, 15. So I'm like, oh, they can take over. Them motherfuckers didn't know what they was doing either. They're like, can you get the fish off my hook? And I'm pulling hooks. So the hook's in the fish's mouth and it's like coming out the eyeball.
Here comes Brave Jess doing the dirty work.
I didn't want to do it, but I was like, what are we gonna do? Leave the fish on the hook?
If I would
Like
have been there, I would have been no help. So
that was my friend Elise. That was her. She was just like, ugh.
good thing I wasn't there.
Her son was just like, just the fishing woman. I'm like, shut the fuck up right now because this is my hand
Survive in the wild.
smelled like fish.
To be on Survivor.
Bitch, look, I'm this big. You think I'm not gonna kill something if I gotta survive? I'm gonna be one of the last ones to die.
Maybe try out for Survivor.
No,
You win some money at the end. Is that what that is? They win money at the
too
end?
much shit. They be running and shit. I ain't finna run.
Would you eat a spider?
I probably have 8. You know how many spiders you eat while you sleep?
Shut up.
I swear to God, there's been a study that shows that you eat a certain amount of spiders
And
as you're sleeping.
this is the perfect example of don't believe everything you see or read.
Look it up
Here on the internet.
Look it up.
Prime example right here. I will not be looking that up.
But this is good though, y'all. I seen this on TikTok, and it might be an old trend. I don't know. You know, I don't keep up with that.
But it was a pretty good one.
But I said, you know, what we gonna do for bottoms up? And I said, let's try that thing with vodka. Apparently today's gonna be a vodka night. Yo. So I messed up the recipe because we were supposed to have lemonade and like 7-Up or Sprite or whatever. I'm ghetto, so I got lemon lime, you know. But after I put enough lemon lime in here, I'm like,
it wasn't bad.
That's dangerous because
I thought it was gonna be a little bit too strong, but actually with the lemon lime, it wasn't bad. But we do suggest adding 2 packets.
I would add 2. But I'm thinking it would have been different if we would have had the lemonade and the soda to top it off.
Right.
But you know, I was rushing.
Maybe next time for some garnish, some maraschino cherries.
We can get fancy. We can be fancy. It's okay.
A little fancy.
I guess we're gonna be drinking vodka. Hopefully, the rest of this afternoon will be okay.
We'll go nice and smooth. Can't handle any more difficulties, especially on your drive after this. About an hour drive. Wish me luck, guys.
Husband life. I just gave you a whole rundown of my week. How's life been treating you this last month?
This last month, wow. Not too bad. I've just been working a lot. Yeah, that's about it. Not a whole lot going on in my life. Peaceful, I like to say. Boring to others.
You know what?
But for me, it's
right peaceful. After you get to a certain age, not having shit to do,
I love it.
It's like, oh.
I love it. I love not
I'm waiting.
Plans. I want to be in bed by like 9:30. If I go out and past that, I'm yawning. I'm tired. Yeah. I want to go home. That's what it's come to.
No, I'm okay. You ain't gotta tell me nothing. I'm waiting. I don't know, because my crazy ass just be fighting shit to do for some reason.
No.
I don't try to, but I don't. But it's just, it happens.
If I have something
because I think because I still have a young one. Like once it becomes more, and that's the thing, like once he becomes a little bit more independent, and I'll tell you, my son been running around too. Like Nas, he's been on his little bike. I'm like, I gotta put an air tag on his ass because I don't know what this boy is like old school. He in the Elk Grove, I gave him a perimeter that he can't, like you can't cross that street because that's a bit, like he can't go to Bond because it's busy.
Right.
He can't go that way because that's Arlington Heights. So I give him a perimeter of where he can't go. So he's been gone. Like he has a buddy that he has a cell phone. No, he has a buddy that they have a cell phone. But he been on his little bicycle all over the fucking. He'll leave at like 11:30 and don't come back to like 5 o'clock.
Oh my god!
And that reminds me of when I grew
I
up.
could not do that. I would get so worried. I'm like my mom now. I couldn't.
I mean, I worry a little bit when I remember. When I remember, because out of sight, out of mind. I ain't at home watching like where's he at? I'm working.
Check in. Right.
So I'm just like, yo, stranger danger. Don't fucking go with nobody. You know, had to have reiterate that conversation.
Right. You must.
And then, but you know, like we went. I was up at 5:15, 5 something this morning, because we went all the way to Flossmoor, Homewood, to a wrestling tournament. Hence,
that's far, no?
The T-shirt.
How long?
From Elk Grove, it took me 45 minutes in the morning.
That's not bad.
An hour after we finished. It was just off-season wrestling, just to see how he would do with the coming season.
Mm-hmm.
So. But we start football on Monday.
Okay.
So my life is just about to get more hectic.
More than it already is. It's sport after sport with this one.
And look. And then so Maurice and oh boy were talking the sports cards and all of that, and I just that reminded me, my little brother, rest his soul. I just found all his he had like a whole bunch of basketball cards that I was just like, I'm gonna give these away.
You just gave them away?
No, I didn't. I kept them. I couldn't. I think I'm gonna buy a book. I don't know if anything is in there is worth anything, but I'm just gonna buy a book and put them in there. And then you know what? I'm gonna pass it down.
They're all just basketball cards?
Yeah.
Oh, the sport.
They're all just basketball cards. I don't know why, but they're all basketball cards. But I'm just gonna pass it down, and then maybe in 40 years they'll be worth something.
Maybe they're worth something now.
I don't know.
You're not gonna check?
No, because they're my brother's cards.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I still have a hoodie of his in my closet that I can't part with. So
down to boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it down to them, and then if they want to pass it down to somebody else, and then so forth, that's on y'all. It might get to the 9th generation. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" These old ass cards, they probably won't even have paper in
Nice
9 generations. You know what I mean?
That's cute.
Hopefully, the stories will go along with the book,
right,
so that they can hold it. Like, oh, my great uncle. Alex had these cards, back in the 2000s or whatever, the 19, whatever it was.
So that many years, huh?
Yeah, well, he passed away in 2001. So he had to be collecting them in the late 1990s. Oh my God, that sounds old as hell. In the 1990s.
I was born 1990. Right
Yeah,
here.
he was. He would have now he would have been 41. He passed away when he was 17.
So you guys are not that far apart.
Or 5 years apart. So that's what I'm saying. So they came in the 90s, but it's so weird to say the 90s now because in my head it's 10 years ago.
Oh my God, you're so old. They say that's what they say. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just saying what the kids are saying.
You know what, my son, today, apparently there's a new song with, what's that girl? Glorilla, and
who else? Which song?
I think it's called Shine. So anyway, so there was a part of the song that goes, hey, oh, so now you old school like me, if you hear that, you'll know what song it is.
I know that song. Yeah.
From Bad Boy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So he's playing that song, and I'm like, well, that's a snippet. That's.
But you know where else that song is on? I think it's also on. I think it's called the movie Save the Last Dance. Have you seen it? With forgot the actor's name, the guy. Yeah, that's on there too. That's on there too.
So I was like, no, that's a sample from this song.
I know the song, yeah.
And he was like, what? So we literally had to YouTube it. I'm like, I know. And I'm like, no, but that was a fucked up moment for me. So I'm like, I am now. So back in the day, we used to sample the oldies, the dusties, the classics, Motown, and all of that shit. Now these young motherfuckers are sampling the music I grew up on. They're using those as a sample. Bitch.
And they're calling it old school. We're old school now. I fall under that category now. Can you imagine?
You motherfucker, you still in your 30s. You act like you're a fucking old lady.
I'm just repeating what they're saying. That's it. I fall under that category.
Now I gotta go to this fucking baby shower and shit and deal with these young motherfuckers.
More babies.
It's okay. As long as a bitch still looking like them bitches, you know, we okay, okay?
You look great. You look great.
Well, hopefully,
Don't let
come
anyone
our,
tell
I'm
you
trying to think if there's anything we covered. Avi, thank you for taking the time for coming on the show and talking about the great causes. I mean, that's great that they took something that could have been, you know, they're doing something versus stealing all the toilet paper. They're giving back to the community. And especially right now, with how our world is, I mean, people who didn't need help before are going to need help and vice versa. So just be kind and be a great human being and just look out for your neighbor, your family. You know, even though you might would have want to punch them in the face before, just, you know, everybody got to go through something. Make sure to check out the back to school over on Mannheim tomorrow on the 20th. Like I said, we will post those. Yeah, bring the kids out, get some backpacks if you need them, enjoy the food. There's vendors and all of that. We will be back in August. We're still figuring out the date.
To be determined. Stay tuned for that.
You know, just bitches are busy. What can I say? And hopefully we won't have technical difficulties.
Fingers crossed next time.
Like we did. That. She gonna wear her shirt the right way.
Yeah, it won't be backwards this time. I was like, it's me. I'm the bad luck. I wore my shirt backwards today. I didn't even notice.
It's just one of those days. And you know what? You gotta just toast it up and say, fuck it, that's just what it's gonna be. Choose to be better.
Monica was a singer. She said it best. So what, that's a song? It's one of them days. That's Monica, right?
Yeah, it is.
Making sure.
It is. But thank y'all for tuning in again.
Hope to see you guys next time.
Hopefully we'll have more time to chit chat. But us bitches got places to be. And I'm pretty sure you got places to go to on this beautiful Saturday afternoon.
Yes, have a great weekend, everyone.
Have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
It's not a lot.
And then we'll catch you on the rebound. We'll catch you in August. Thank you.
Guys.